If you're using AI, you are less capable today than you were 2 years ago. Not because you got older, not because your industry changed, because you outsourced your thinking and your neurons noticed. Like a doctor mentioning your weight at your annual well visit, I'm here to tell you that every time you hand a cognitive task to an AI without doing it yourself first, you're making withdrawal from a skill account that doesn't automatically replenish. And business people are doing this at scale. I want to be clear. I use AI constantly. I'm not here to tell you to stop. I'm here to tell you that most professionals are using it in a way that's actively degrading their own judgment, their own writing, their own ability to think through a hard problem, even relationships within their own team. And they won't notice until the damage is done. Here's how it happens. You need to write an email. Tricky one. You open the AI tool, you type a prompt, you get something back. You tweak it slightly, you send it. Done, fast, clean. Except what just happened to your ability to navigate that difficult conversation yourself? You never had to. You never felt the friction of figuring out the right tone. You never had to sit with the discomfort of, I don't know how to say this. Not long enough to figure it out anyway. You never considered any alternatives or repercussions or reframes of the situation. That discomfort is where capability and growth live. There's a concept in cognitive science called desirable difficulty. The idea is that struggle, actual effortful struggle, is what produces durable learning. When you make something easy, you make the learning invisible. And when the learning is invisible long enough, the skill degrades. This is not theoretical. We've seen this with GPS. Studies show that people who rely on turn-by-turn navigation show measurable decline in spatial memory and ability to orient themselves in new environments. The tool works. The human gets worse. Think about autocorrect. Even I manically type things incorrectly, knowing AI will fix it. AI is a GPS for your brain. It doesn't just navigate, it writes, it analyzes, it strategizes, it prioritizes, it persuades. Every one of those is a cognitive function you need to stay sharp at if you want to remain effective in your role. Let's talk about what this looks like in a business context specifically. Writing. Senior professionals are farming out emails, memos, and executive summaries to AI. Content creators are disappearing. The output's fine. It's adequate. It sounds professional. It sounds human. But over time, their ability to construct a clear argument, to find the precise word, to control tone under pressure, is quietly eroding. You see this in in-person conversations where they're starting to flounder. And the first time they have to write something critical without an AI tool, under time, pressure, in front of people who matter, it's painful and anxiety-inducing. Let's talk about decision-making. Leaders are using AI to generate options, summarize trade-offs, and produce recommendations. It's not inherently bad, but if you're accepting the AI's framing of a problem, if you're not stress testing the options yourself before you read what the model gives you, you're slowly outsourcing your judgment, your ability to read a situation, to trust your gut, to know when something's off. AI only knows what you tell it. It can't see the school playground if your database shouts that it's a military installation. Thinking. People used to think in transit, in the shower, in the 10 minutes before a meeting. Now there's a tool that fills those gaps. Shorts, stupid AI videos, education that's just AI slop being read by an AI avatar. Unstructured thinking time, the kind that produces actual insight and creativity, is being replaced by prompting and outputs. I need to create workshops for an employee get-together. Come up with 10 ideas for me. So what do? 1. Earn the shortcut. Don't use AI to produce a first draft of something if you haven't at least roughed it out in your own head first. Even if it's just a bullet list, even if it's messy, get your thinking out before you let the machine in. You're not trying to match the AI's output. You're trying to protect the cognitive process that produces your judgment over time. 2. Separate tasks by cognitive value. High stakes, high judgment work. Do that yourself. First, always. Use AI to pressure test it, not to generate it. Low stakes, high volume work, formatting, scheduling, research aggregation, fine. Automate freely. The question to ask yourself is doing this task myself how I stay sharp at something that matters? If yes, don't skip it. 3, audit your prompts. If you don't have a prompt library, you should. Look at what you've asked AI to do for you in the last 2 weeks. Be honest. Hell, ask it to create a list of all the things you've asked it to do in the past 2 weeks. Is there a pattern? Are there categories of thinking, analysis, synthesis, or persuasion that you've essentially handed off entirely? That's your recovery list. Those are the skills you need to start exercising again before you lose the muscle memory entirely. Ironically, you can even ask AI to create a small daily challenge for you to practice those skills. 4, reintroduce friction deliberately. Write one thing by hand every day. No, literal, pen, paper. Have one hard conversation without preparing a script first. Drive somewhere without GPS. I'm a little scared of that myself. These aren't productivity tips, though. They're maintenance on the cognitive infrastructure that makes you effective. Friction is not the enemy. Comfort is. When we don't grow when we're comfortable. 5, get honest about dependency. If you couldn't do your job for a week without AI access, the writing, the analysis, the communication, that's a signal. Not a catastrophe, but a signal. The goal isn't to never use the tools. The goal is to remain someone who can function without them. That's the baseline you need to protect, and one to protect for your entire team. It's great to use AI, but don't use it to replace who you are to your team or use it to replace them. The professionals who stay deliberate about what they keep for themselves and what they delegate to AI will keep growing. AI is not making you smarter. It's making certain tasks faster. Those are not the same thing. Your judgment, your writing, your ability to think through hard problems, those are assets. Treat them like assets. Invest in them. Don't let a shortcut tool run them down to zero while you're busy being productive. I'm Danielle Favreau. I help people learn how to use AI to augment themselves, not create their replacement.